Welcome back to Tamara Talks Tarot. As always, I will be doing another timeless reading. So whenever you see this could apply to you. If it doesn't, that's okay. Maybe the next one might. So take what resonates and leave the rest. I am using my Muse Cat Tarot deck. I love it. It's probably my favorite cat tarot deck right now. So, okay, let's see. A timeless reading, please, for the collective. A timeless reading. That one wanted to come out. Okay. Oh my gosh, the devil. Did the devil come out yesterday or the day before? Whenever I last did a reading. So, okay, there's still this kind of dark, hovering energy. There's definitely been some self-indulgence. There's definitely been some negative self-talk, codependency, just relying too heavily on maybe others, staying stuck, feeling down and out, maybe being too lazy, maybe, like I said in the beginning, self-indulgent, giving in to temptation, not being disciplined enough, any kind of like obsessive or addictive behaviors. So that could be going on behind the scenes, okay? The devil ranges. So there's like levels of, I guess you could call severity. You know, the devil's, it's a hard energy to swallow because it's not the happiest. It's not the lightest energy. It's the shadow aspect of ourselves, of the human psyche, that a lot of us oftentimes try and keep hidden, like dormant. And it's for you to do the work to confront these issues, or sort of like these skeletons in your closet, if you will. Only then can they get the kind of attention necessary, okay, and needed in order to squelch them and regain your power, right? Take your power back and show them whatever it is for you, that you've got this and that you're not going to let it or allow it any longer to overtake you and dictate your life. Okay, those are very powerful words, but this energy is lingering. It's not going anywhere right now. So tell me more, please, about the devil for my collective timeless reading, please. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a very motherly, very nurturing energy. As far as the queens go of the tarot, I would say she's the closest, energetically speaking, to the Empress energy. She loves her comforts, her creature comforts. She loves to luxuriate. She loves to pamper. She loves to decorate, to the word just escaped me, to entertain, like to have guests over, to have dinner parties, there's definitely a very social aspect to the Queen of Pentacles, but there's also a very hardworking, committed, loyal energy that comes with her as well. She definitely has everyone's best interests at heart, but she's also diligent and very much about doing the work. And I think that's what this is about. I think it's about, like, if you, let's say, are overindulging in maybe spending money, maybe more money than you have or more than you should, if you are going a bit overboard with fixating or focusing too much on your environment, aesthetics, that type of thing. It could be taking like the pampering thing like to a whole other level. Maybe it's coming forth as a warning to kind of heed you, to kind of just slow down or back off, or maybe give yourself a grace period, or be kinder to yourself. Maybe you're being too hard on yourself. Maybe you're not loving yourself enough. Maybe you're um, you're exhausting your energies on everyone else. Like you're the mother hen and you're just so constantly engaging with other people in their lives and concerns, and constant worrying and concerns about others, and that's taking away from your own state of being. So if you're a mother, a parent, um, you could be maybe too much about your family, your children, or not, you're sort of neglecting yourself. Okay, or if you're a boss of some kind, a mentor, then maybe you're putting too much focus or emphasis on the career aspect and being the best type of leader for your team, but then you're neglecting yourself again, right? So however this may relate to you, if this resonates, then this could be your reading. Maybe you've become a bit superficial. Like, there's nothing wrong with being superficial to a degree. Like, obviously, I say to a degree because I mean there should be balance. It's important to care about one's appearance, to be presentable, because the way you face the world is how people view you. And if you want to be taken seriously enough or respected, or you dress for the part, like whatever that may look like to you. I'm not at all in any way saying you have to look like this or that or do this or that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's important to look groomed, right? And I feel like and I'm saying all of this because the Queen of Pentacles energy does come with that responsibility, or that self-care attitude, that it's important to take care of yourself. And that doesn't mean you have to wear makeup, and that doesn't mean that you have to wear high heels, and that doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Depending, of course, also on the job that you have, you're going to dress accordingly. You're going to dress appropriately, being respectful, of course, and then expressing yourself however you like outside of that realm. Like, it's important to keep work and play separate. Now, if you do what you love and it's kind of like intertwined, I mean, obviously, there's always got to be a balance, right? There's got to be a line you just don't cross. And I hope I'm being clear, and I'm not coming across sounding judgmental or anything like that, because that's not what I mean. So I really feel like there's a lot of responsibility that comes with the Queen of Pentacles energy. And because the Devil is here, that's also why I am touching on these things, because it's important to understand your place, like, let's say in a workspace environment, even if you don't like your job, even if there's so many like social injustices and like the politics of the workplace. I mean, it's not about that. It's about just being respectful to yourself. Being respectful to yourself. Don't give in to peer pressure. Don't give in to your work like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Pressures or that kind of thing. Like, do as much as ethically is in your realm to do, right? And you'll know what that means for you. No one can tell you to overstep or cross that line or whatever else, right? Maybe there's been issues with HR, or you need to report something to HR. I'm just giving some examples. There definitely is some kind of disharmonious energy with this pairing. There's some kind of disconnect or some kind of issue that needs to be faced in a mature, diplomatic fashion, in a way that it doesn't take away from your value, your self-worth, but it definitely allows you to have a voice to speak up and advocate for yourself. That's what I'm getting, okay? I hope that all made sense. Let's see, the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil energy. I love this deck, by the way. I get like really intuitive, quick, fast, like insights, and not all decks do that. In fact, only a handful or so do. And sorry, my nose is whack. Okay, Queen of Pentacles and the Devil, please, for my collective timeless reading. What else? Okay. Death. Yeah, there needs to be a change. There's definitely a cycle that is ending, and it's going to feel ick. Like it's going to feel, could you be let go from a job, or could you maybe be put in a position where you have to resign? That could be a possibility, but know that it's for your highest good. Know that maybe behind the scenes things were not on the up and up, and maybe you're not going to settle, and you're not going to sell your soul, or you're not going to downgrade or sacrifice your values and your work ethic and your your code of ethics and your morals and beliefs and whatnot. So however that may apply to you, do keep in mind that you are this confident, beautiful, powerful, loving, nurturing energy, and you will be okay. You will find yourself back on your feet because you've done the hardest thing there is to do. You've confronted something that's been hovering, and this is trying to cut it away. It's trying to clear out the clutter, so to speak, to make way for a much healthier, more harmonious situation, workplace, whatever it may be. I'm getting workplace, but I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is very much about that. You could be in a boss type position, like an employer or something like that, or you could just be in a higher position, or you could be in a family situation where you're just trying to do everything, put out the fires. There could be someone or someones who are just not healthy. You know, right? You've got to listen to your instincts, your intuition. You know when something doesn't feel right. So all this is saying is that there is something that needs to be faced, something that is important, something that is blocking your capacity to care or to excel or to progress or to be more efficient and be in the way that you want to be. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And let's just pull one more card. I feel like this is a very straightforward message, and this is only going to maybe apply to a small group. I don't know. Queen of Pentacles, the Devil, Death. Anything else, please, for my timeless collective reading? Page of Wands. There is this exciting new energy. It's unpredictable, so, take a grain of, like, what is it that saying? Take it with a grain of salt. But there's definitely a message or something that is new and exciting and is telling you to take a risk and do something outside of your comfort zone, because the Queen of Pentacles is very, I don't want to say rigid, like it's a negative thing. She's more like, conservative in a sense. And this is telling her to be otherwise. Don't be as conservative, be less conservative. There could be someone younger, someone with a younger, youthful energy, perhaps, that could be creating discord, or could be someone who is going to help. I'm not sure. Let's get some clarification, please, on what is this Page of Wands energy? Too many cards, doesn't feel right. Okay, what is this Page of Wands energy? Okay, I think it's the energy that's causing some of this discord. This is just what I'm getting, because you're feeling a lot of that. This is the Ten of Wands. This is the burden, and feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's too much stress. So, okay, I'm getting a clearer picture now. So I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is someone in a position of power. This could be a child, or it could be an employee. This is definitely somebody in a rank beneath the Queen of Pentacles, okay, because it's a page. So it could be someone younger, or someone who is acting juvenile, someone who is unpredictable, someone who is inconsistent, someone who is a bit of a liability and not someone who's accountable. Okay, this could be possibly what needs to be dealt with. This person might need to be let go. This person might need to be disciplined. This person might need to be set an example of, or like there needs to be consequences of some kind, because you're carrying this burden, this weight, and it's not good for you. But because you are a caring and nurturing person, maybe you've let it go for too long, thinking that this person is going to grow up and change, improve somehow in some way, shape, or form, but it's just not. It's not happening. It hasn't happened yet. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's super unlikely that it's going to, especially anytime soon. And especially if this isn't a work situation, but if it's in a familial situation, and this is a child calling out for help, right, with the devil. Like if this is a situation where someone's calling out for help and doing all this kind of disruptive behavior to get your attention, pay attention, because something needs to be done. Okay, something needs to, and something will come in and cut out this vicious cycle, or vicious, but this cycle that's just not serving. Okay, not serving. So let's just see one more card. I think 6 cards is good. Anything else that the collective needs to know for this timeless reading today? I think it's a fairly specific message. Okay, this could be familial. This could be within the family. I'm getting the 10 of Pentacles. There could be something that needs to be addressed in order for the family to have a more harmonious type of feel, or relationships, or just for everyone to get along better. There could be a child, a youth, or someone who's struggling, someone, it doesn't even have to be the worst thing that you can think of, like maybe I'm making it sound, there could be addiction, there could be mental illness, like depression. These are all very obviously serious matters, but they're very common, and not to undermine them by saying that, but there's a lot less taboo on and about them and around them these days. People are more vocal about mental health. People are coming forward and a lot more confident in expressing their firsthand, like real life experiences and situations, which is amazing for the rest of us who may not have the voice, the platform, or maybe don't feel comfortable enough to do so. And so they feel like, okay, at least I know I'm not alone. But I really feel like there's a younger sort of tumultuous energy, a little firecracker, and you'll know if this resonates with you. And I feel like whatever the issues are, you've been skirting around them for too long. You've been trying to get on with your life, like running a family, or a business, or career, or just trying to do it all, get it all done, and you keep kind of dismissing the elephant in the room. So it's time to face that head on. And there might be some painful revelations that come with that, but in the end, it will be very cathartic and very, very much needed. Okay. So let me know if that resonates with you guys. It was a bit of a heavier reading towards the end, but I'm just reading what I see and how I interpret the cards. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks guys. Thank you so much for watching.